spot for you. It's Rebath of Albuquerque, and you will be thrilled with this. First of all, this isn't one of those that's going to take forever. And you've all heard the nightmare story of the bathroom remodel that takes months and months and months. And it just, why is it going on? Why can't I use my bathroom? Why is it so dirty? Why is my house so dusty? Why? That's not this. They get full bathrooms done within 5 days. That's because when they send a crew to your job, they're dedicated to your job. They are the fastest growing bathroom remodeling company in the country. This is Rebath. They are the largest. And they are locally owned by people you know. Cole and Sarah McCamey own Rebath of Albuquerque. Sarah comes from a wonderful family that's been doing business in Albuquerque for a long time. She's a graduate of the Anderson School of Business at the University of New Mexico. Cole, you remember the name, quarterback from Artesia, who was the UNM starting quarterback, who had a great career there. They are local. They love this community. They're raising their family here, and they're raising this business, and they're doing great things. Look, here's the deal. This is what they do. They're experts at this. You don't know what you want exactly? They'll help you with that. They have tons of samples. I was in the showroom recently. It's just amazed at what they've got and the different combinations, and it can be overwhelming, right? Everything from the grout to the tile to the fixtures to the tub to the wall to the lighting. There's a lot. This is what they do. You're not a contractor. They are. They give you complete peace of mind. You'll have zero risk on this. They handle everything from A to Z. Everywhere from southern New Mexico to southern Colorado, the efficiency, the convenience of Rebath of Albuquerque is who you should consider and you should call when you're thinking about redoing a bathroom. Go online, look at them. Rebath.com, click on the Albuquerque location, and then call and schedule your appointment. 505-312-8922. 505-312-8922. It's Rebath of Albuquerque.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family.
Well, they call them the dog days of summer. They're hot, they're humid, it's just long. Especially baseball's been going on and going on and going on. Camps are open. You're hearing about the weather. I don't care what your news preference is, whether it's sports, whatever it is. This is that time of year, and it's one of the hottest years on record. I think it was the hottest year on record on Earth. I just saw yesterday. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, J.J. Buck. Shohei Ohtani was pitching for the Dodgers yesterday in Cincinnati, where, I mean, it's hot, it's humid, it's just, you can just see it in the air. You see video, it just looks thick. He said he was cramping in his right hip. His start was cut short. He was scheduled to pitch 4 innings. He left without recording it out in the 4th. So he threw 6 straight balls. There were 2 wild pitches in there. And he said he was cramping up, just trying to work around it. I was able to do so up until the 3rd, didn't quite work out in the 4th. He said that through a translator. So he stayed in, and he stayed in as the designated hitter. Dave Roberts said that he would talk to him about something there. The guy still leads the National League in home runs with 38. He stayed in. He went 0 for 5. Yesterday he struck out 4 times, or the day before he struck out 4 times. There's a theory, JJ, that, and I'm not sure I buy into this, that, well, he's back to pitching and he's not totally healthy with his arm and it's hurting his offense. This is a guy who hit over 50 home runs last year, stole over 50 bases last year, was the MVP. He said, I don't play defense. That helped. But at the same time, we're playing a close game and I wanted to help the team win, so that's why he stayed in. I don't buy into the theory that this pitching, I mean, he's done it for so long. I just think he's in a slump, and I think even the great Shohei Ohtani is a human being. And, Tiger Woods went into a slump once, and Shohei goes into a slump, and I don't care who, Steph Curry goes into a shooting slump. That's what I think it is. I just think it's witchcraft trying to hit a baseball the way he does, and I don't believe that all of a sudden he can't handle the pitching and it's going to hurt his offense.
I'm right there with you. Is he a little bit tired? Isn't he a rut? Does one thing affect the other? Yeah, it's entirely possible when you're doing it, but he's done it at a high level. He's done both at a very high level in a season, and I understand, last year he was able to be a little more aggressive not pitching, and we saw phenomenal season on the base path as well. But to me, it's just one of those moments. You're hitting a little bit of a ball, you come back, and it's a stamina thing. Like, even the best athletes, when you return from something, you're back, you're trying to push it further on the pitch count. Yeah, you got a little bit tired and a little bit of rut, but it's nothing that I look at Shohei Ohtani with his resume, with his ability, and say he has to stop pitching because it's affecting him that much.
Reds beat the Dodgers, by the way, in that game yesterday. I agree with you. I just think the guy, if you want to tell me I got to give him a couple more days between starts, I got to ease him back in. If you want to tell me his arm isn't completely there, I'll listen to all of those things as a solely pitching conversation. I understand he's gone 0 for 5 2 days in a row. And that's alarming because you are used to seeing him do amazing things. He's never struck out 4 times in a Major League Baseball game. That happened 2 days ago. Oh, my goodness, Shohei did something we haven't seen before, and that was that. All right. You know what it tells me? It tells me the dude's a human being that if you cut him, he probably bleeds. That he's not a robot and we don't have a robot playing baseball yet. We might have him calling balls and strikes. We might have him taking your tickets and selling you your beer. But we don't have him playing the game yet. I think when you cut that guy, he still bleeds. Let's talk in a week. Because he's going to have a breakout game here where he hits 3 home runs and he's back. But, and I'm going to guess the weather, while everybody else has to play in it, when it's super hot, super humid, and you're not used to it, I think there's something to that. If you ever played or taken a team that plays, I don't care if it's baseball, AAU, basketball, whatever it is. If you've ever taken a team, it's like when teams come here and play in altitude, right? Teams that come from, let's just say, Cincinnati to here, and the altitude's an issue. Well, when you take a team and go there, and I understand that this is a world-class conditioned athlete, but there is a difference. 2-3 days in, they're like, dude, this humidity is beating the hell out of me. I think there is something to it.
Humidity just punches you in the face.
Yes.
Oh, that's awful.
Yeah. And I don't care if you're a world-class athlete or not. And so I'm not alarmed. I've taken notice. How about that? Is that a fair way to put it? I think we've all taken notice. Wow, dude gone 0 for 5 2 days in a row. That doesn't happen. All right, let me kind of watch it. But if you're gonna ask me, do we have a problem here? Not yet. No, I don't think so. 505-246-0610. I got emails from you. I got texts from you. Love that you're coming in early. Chargers and Lions tonight. You can get in on that big game. United get run out of the built in Hartford 4-0 last night. You can get there as well. It's the opening drive. JJ Buck, Jeff Symbieta on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Hour.
We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
I'm David C. Chavis, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth that's real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sports shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows.
Football tonight, you get it. You can find it. You can watch it. You can enjoy it. You can have it on in background noise. Whatever you like, but you get Thursday night football. And it's this. There's no more Thursdays without football until February. Huh? Put that in your mind. Or your girlfriend or wife's mind. It all starts tonight as the Hall of Fame game. And it will be the Lions and the Chargers. Good morning, boys and girls. Happy football season. Final day of July. It's the opening drive. Did we just say it's like the first day of July about a week ago? Like, is it? I guess it was 4 weeks ago, but it feels like a week ago.
And here we are.
Yep. Here we go with football season tonight. All right. I'll give you this. And we had lunch yesterday. A bunch of us, but amongst the people who was at lunch yesterday was Jeff Grammer, the Albuquerque Journal legend. Is he a legend yet? I mean, in his mind.
A legend in his own mind.
Yeah, certainly. But as good as there is beat writers for college basketball in America. And I think we broke it to him. He didn't listen to us. I said, did we actually have a story before you did yesterday? That Tomislav Buljan, the big man from Croatia, had been cleared by the NCAA for eligibility for this year. Now, at that point, I didn't know, and nor did you, I don't believe, how many years he had been cleared for. We knew he would have been cleared for this year. He's 22 years old. He's been playing in a professional league, the Croatian Premier League, obviously in Croatia. And it's not uncommon for guys to come over and be granted eligibility. According to Jeff's story, he has been granted 1 year of eligibility. So he will be he's a freshman. He is a 1 year freshman unless he appeals and tries to get more. I don't think he was ever planning on coming over here and spending 4 years, although Lord knows what he would make in NIL. But I think, it's very rare, but every once in a while we have a story before Jeff Grammer does. Now he tweeted it, so I'm sure.
Yeah, we probably should have played it up a little bit more.
Yeah. But I'm like, did we beat you on a story? And he kind of had that little face. Yeah. No, I mean, I'll confirm it. I'll call and make sure. But when we were having lunch yesterday, and then he looked at, he had the burger and I had the salad. He's like, I should have got the salad. Salad was good. What'd you eat?
The salad.
The steak salad?
Chicken.
Yeah. It was good. But yeah, this is good. It's a 1 year deal. I would have loved to see it for 2. I think, Eric Olin and New Mexico would have liked to see that as well. But, let's see how it goes. I don't look at anything beyond 1 year in college basketball anymore anyway.
You're a smart man.
But, I mean.
Like, if you can have, at this point in time, if you can somehow, some way put together 2 year windows.
Yep.
That's phenomenal.
On that note, and I don't know that you've seen this, Pat Forty, who writes for Sports Illustrated, wrote a story about the transfer portal. He calls it the migration generation. He gave this transfer portal generation a name. And he did a little dive on this. And so he said that from 2019 to 2020, that 2019-2020 season, right before COVID, through the 23-24 season, so it's not taken in the most recent college season, when the NCAA transfer limitations were struck down by the courts, that's when it opened wide open. Division I portal entrance essentially doubled. 13,689, so 13.5 to almost 24.5, 24,400. Football portal entries rose. The amount of guys, JJ, going into the portal after the NCAA struck down the limitations on transfers, football entries have risen 138% in that span. Basketball, 111%. Now, the final figures aren't in for the 24-25 season, but the expectation is, another significant year-over-year trend. I don't think the numbers really surprise you, right? But he did a dive. I don't know what I would have thought the numbers were, but I would have thought they would have been around 100%. But 138% in football and or 32% and 111% in basketball, it just plays into what we were just talking about. If you get a guy for 2 years, that's a hell of a career. It's a hell of a career. It's interesting what people are saying about this. Nobody loves it, certainly that works in administration. Greg Sankey is the SEC commissioner. Quote, and I wonder what you think of this. He says, I think the issue that we miss is the number of young people lost to the system because of the transfer freedom. We can all report stories of, wow, wasn't it great that somebody went from point A to point B and it worked? But there's attrition. There's academic attrition, lost credits that our young people talk to us about. End quote. So what he's saying is we don't ever talk about, and I know the number at one point was 30%, the guys who do not find a home. The guys who do not graduate, and ladies, but we're talking about men's basketball and football. The guys who go into the portal that had a place where they were playing football or playing basketball and they had an academic scholarship and they were getting on course to get a degree, and they lose credits and they don't finish their degree, or they just wallow away in the portal and they don't find another place. And we don't tell that story. And I guess it's part of it. And maybe we don't tell it because they're faceless guys that unless you know them, unless they're your people, they don't really matter, right?
It's hard. There's a lot of stories that we don't talk about, not just the players that think there's something else on the other side, but the ones that are just trying to stay on a roster and are like, you know what? We don't want you on this roster anymore.
Yeah.
And I've seen a lot of that playing too, just because of, well, X, Y, and Z is available now, so we don't
have room for
need you sitting here anymore. So
yeah.
peace out.
No, you need to go find a place. And see if you can go find a place at, East Texas A&M, and go find a place. Tom Izzo. This is an interesting one. I don't know. I haven't given this a lot of thought. This is a perspective that I haven't thought about. But Tom Izzo is the longtime head coach of Michigan State. And he talks about the friendships that players could be missing out on transferring. He said, quote, sooner or later in life, you're going to need your buddies. I'm worried about mental health. I'm worried about what these transferring players are going to do in a year or two. If I'm wrong, that's a good thing. But if I'm right, that's sad. Basically what he's saying is, all these relationships, you listen to the old school guys, they talk about their teammates. They talk about the love for their teammates. They talk about what we went through, and those are the best friends of their lives. And they're missing out on that. I don't think anybody cares about that. Again, we don't talk about that. I had not thought about that. Tom Izzo brought that up. It's an experience thing. I mean, I guess, you're getting paid, so who needs buddies? No, honestly.
Ain't here to make friends.
Yeah. Yeah. I had not thought about that. So it's another, he did a deep dive on this, though. As we were talking about that. Hey, one other thing in college sports. The Sun Belt is looking to expand. Keith Gill said, he's their commissioner. He said they're looking, or maybe not looking, they're open to adding 2 more schools. The Sun Belt just lost Texas State. They added Louisiana Tech. Quote Commissioner, if we can find schools that have good brands and good fan bases that are interested in us, that would help us continue to do what we do better. Then I think we would be open to do that. I suspect those schools are out there. 14 is a really good number for us for scheduling and other factors, but we're not going to miss out on an opportunity if it presents itself just because we're trying to be at a certain number. The Sun Belt years ago was the probably least respected group of five, correct? I don't believe that to be the case anymore. And the Sun Belt can make an argument that they have been as competitive as the Mountain West and the American. Now, I don't know if you buy that. I don't know if you like their brands, and that might be their biggest issue, right? San Diego State, Boise State, Colorado State brands are probably a little bit more resonating, if that's even a word, than Georgia State or Georgia Southern or Old Dominion or Troy. But they've been pretty competitive. I mean, when I look at them, we had a Sun Belt team in Isleta, New Mexico Bowl last year, a 10-win Louisiana team. Now, look, they were decimated by transfer portal, and when you start going second-team dudes up against an 8-win Big 12 team, it was hard for them to compete. I don't know. When you look at the Sun Belt, where are they looking at Conference USA? Where do you think they're looking?
I think they're the Sun Belt, like going forward, in the new look group next year. I think that they'll pass Conference USA. I think they'll pass the Mountain West Conference.
You think they'll pass the Mountain West?
Yeah.
In regards to
because trying to
credibility.
Just think about all right. Is there any moves I'm missing? Or like you run it down: App State, Coastal, James Madison, Marshall.
Mm-hmm.
Like you have established brands in there with investment in football.
Yeah, Georgia State and Georgia Southern both invest in football. Yes, Arkansas State invests in football. Louisiana absolutely is. I mean, look at what Louisiana's done. Louisiana's name was thrown around for the PAC thing. You listen to we'll take Louisiana. They're better than New Mexico. Oh, stop. Yeah, I think so. Does a team from the American consider, like, is it better there? I mean, obviously it's money, right? But if you're in that footprint, I don't know. Why would UAB or East Carolina or Charlotte, would they be better in the Sun Belt than they are in the American? I mean, obviously not because money. Is this something that New Mexico State should be consciously trying to do, even though they've been thrown out of that league once before? Should they be saying, hey, look at us, or is that too far west? The farthest west they go was Texas State. It's not anymore. Then it was Louisiana Tech. It's not anymore. So the farthest west they go, this doesn't work, does it? It's Arkansas State. No. It's Louisiana. It's Louisiana Monroe and Louisiana.
As we've learned, you always have to have your head on a swivel. You never say never. Keep your options open.
Yeah. What's right for New Mexico State right now? I mean, is it still right to pursue a Mountain West thing? I think when they figure out, when they get a permanent athletic director in there, because that job is open right now. The AD job, Amber Burge is still the acting athletic director. I know the search is active. I know that I spoke with her a couple weeks ago. I know that she's applied for the job, that she wants that job. She's been there a while, but I don't know where they are. I have no idea where the president is on this and the regents are on this and where they're going to go. But once they establish an athletic director permanent down there, it is number one priority. I mean, it's always fundraising. So the number one is always raising money. But is the number one priority after that conference stability for them?
That's number one priority for everyone right now in the group.
So do you make a run and figure out, how do I get the money and go back to the Mountain West and say, hey, I wasn't in on these conversations when you talked to us. I'd like to revisit this. What was the sticking point? Why were we not invited?
$200 million.
Well, but there might be an entry fee now, right? Now, it won't be $200 million to get into the Mountain West, but there might be. And that may preclude everything. You know, it's going to be interesting when let's see how desperate, when the conference needs you, i.e. the PAC needing Texas State, right, to complete the requisite number, to get to the minimum number. There's probably not going to be a big buy-in. But, no, it'll be interesting. But don't you think when a new AD gets in there, one of the first things is conference security, and you know, you call Keith Gill, hey, you guys have been talking about this. What does that look like? What are you looking for? How do we fit that? You call Gloria, Mountain West moving forward. I'd like to revisit this conversation. I know you had this conversation with the previous administration, but we have a new president, we have a new AD, and we're right in your footprint. And I think we bring this and this and this and this and this. And we would add a lot to your conference. I'd like to have this conversation, right? That's got to be one of the first things the new AD does, I would assume. All right, a lot going on. College stuff we're now 1 month away yesterday from opening the football season. Lobos at Michigan. I'll get you your emails and your texts. There's a lot of them this morning. 505-246-0610. We'll get those to your emails. Jeff at sportsanimалabq.com. And JJ at sportsanimалabq.com. It's the opening drive. How's your yards looking? I am not a fan of yard work. Maybe you are. Maybe you love it. Maybe that's what you do. And God bless you if you do. Maybe you just don't have time. Maybe it's not what you're good at. That's why I call it LaBarge Landscape. I don't love it. I don't have the time for it. And I'm not really good at it. They are really good at it. They've got all the time. They've got the experts. And they are taking care of my yard. My yard just got away from me. For me, I just needed a cleanup. Some maintenance, sprinkler systems needed some fixing. LaBarge Landscape came out and they're taking care of me. What about you? You looking for a full rebuild? You looking for maintenance, synthetic turf, pavers, concrete, retaining walls, flagstone, maybe some irrigation, fencing, fire pits? Maybe you want to get on a cleanup and maintenance schedule. LaBarge Landscape is who I strongly suggest you call. Over 80 years of experience over at LaBarge. They are family-owned, family-operated, and they are local. They specialize in professional landscape construction, maintenance, cleanups, irrigation, design. Don't know what you want? They will send somebody out, look at your space, walk you through it. You have some ideas, but you don't know exactly how to do it. They'll drop sketches. They've got experts. Until you and your family have exactly what it is you're looking for. The quality work is beyond compare. Pricing is incredibly competitive. Call LaBarge Landscape. You can trust them. Oh, and they're licensed, bonded, and insured. That means you don't have to worry about anything. That means they will do what they say they're going to do. They will do it incredibly well. They take pride in everything they do. Go look at them online. Click through the gallery, LaBargeLandscape.com, LABARGE. It's all there. LaBargeLandscape.com, and then call. Set up an appointment. 505-345-3000. 505-345-3000. Whether your project is small or large, the answer is easy. It's LaBarge Landscape.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Text line on the Sun Belt expansion. Text line's 505-246-0610. It says the Sun Belt, it's a lot of kids from the SEC schools. Let's be honest, they're better than what the Mountain West has after the Pack-Ups leave. The Pack-Ups, I like that. As far as NMSU, the question is, does NMSU help with recruiting? West Central Texas, perception and the market. Fair. We'll see if they're better or not. I can see the argument, though. James Madison, Coastal Carolina have been good. The Georgia State, Georgia Southern thing's interesting to me. It's the other brand they have. What was the third one you just told me? James Madison, Coastal, App State. Yeah. Look, Louisiana was a 10-win team last year. Louisiana and Marshall played in their conference championship game last year. Marshall's a pretty good brand. Marshall's probably the best brand in that league, right? I mean, long-term brand is probably Marshall. Up and coming, App State. App State's living off that win 20 years ago against Michigan. I mean, they went out and
Everyone's living off something.
Yeah, no, that's right. I got no problem with it. Live off what you got to live off.
And football.
They've made the most out of it, though. They've had some big wins since.
In the mountains.
Boone, North Carolina. Steve from Michigan says, I know it's preseason. The key word is preseason, but go Lions. Cool. Got Lions and Chargers tonight. This one says Chargers and Lions in tonight's season opening NFL game. Here's hoping that's the lineup for the last game of the season as well. Be an interesting Super Bowl if that, in fact, is the way it all plays out. All right. Gophers in on New Mexico United. They got beat last night 4-0 in Hartford. Social media, he says, was silent for the dividers. Jeff, at least if the game was at home, we would have heard about the attendance. Yes, they would have told you how many people were there. No matter how many people were there, they would have told you it was over 10,000. And that, yes, it would have been something positive about it. That's right. But it was on the road, so they don't have that. Richard says, I missed the Duke City Gladiators. Jeff, the IFL tournament starts this weekend. Playoffs do start. Can't wait to see the rebooted Gladiator girls. I thought they were okay at first, but in 2020, Governor pretty much destroyed their program. Unfortunately, after that, I don't think Gina had the energy or the bank account to rebuild the level of talent. JJ, I think you're going to like the rebrand. They're going to come back. They might have a new coach. I might have got to spend some time with. I think you're going to like the rebrand. It's actually, they're doing some really cool things with the arena team that they're going to announce soon, and I really like what they're doing. HB says, and he's talking about Wink Martindale, who is the defensive coordinator at Michigan. He says, Jeff, if I'm Wink Martindale, I'm telling my dudes, let's see what Lobo football's backup quarterback looks like. Does that mean he wants to go hurt your quarterback? Does that mean? I'm not even sure. And then Bourne says JJ's club drops a series of the Cleveland Indians, but they're playing better puck, Jeff, and going to run and at least avoid 100 losses. Question mark.
Guardians.
Yeah, I just read it the way it said. Yeah, I know. I know that. I just read it the way it was said. Should I not read it the way? Should I change it? Do you think? Should I edit those? Is that offensive?
You can edit whatever you want.
Am I going to get canceled because I read it the way it was
Jeff.
said? All right. Well, of course it is. I mean, you and everybody else are on their way to cancel me. I got that. Everybody's going to cancel me. We're all getting canceled. My time's about now. I understand. Been here too long. What was the score last night? Rockies got beat 5-0. 5-0? Can I say 5-0, or am I going to get canceled for saying 5-0 in baseball?
Ooh.
Is that? I mean, is that
all the
canceling?
buttons.
I'm breaking all the damn rules. 28-80 for a 259 win percentage. So that means they played there's no way they don't lose 100 games. They played 118. They end up with 162, right? So 162 minus 118, there's 44 games left. Do they lose 20 of those 44? They got to go, yeah, there's no way they don't lose 100 games. Now, what's the number that they're shooting at? 114? Is that what the White Sox lost? Like the big record, whatever it is.
Yeah, the White Sox lost 121 games last year.
All right, I don't think the Rockies are going to get to 121. They'd have to lose almost all of them, right? Yeah, I don't think they get there. But it's pretty amazing what they've done. I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty damn impressive. All right, latest on the trade deadline. Guardians have made a trade. See, I said it the right way. I just read it the way it was written. Guardians made a trade. Noah Fant's got a new home in the NFL, the former Bronco tight end, now former tight end for Seattle as well. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. Turbo Threads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for Turbo Threads.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
It'll be 4 o'clock Mountain Time in Major League Baseball this afternoon, right before kickoff. Kind of see how the sports calendar just flows perfectly for you. Right before kickoff of the NFL season, which is tonight. That's the Lions and the Chargers Hall of Fame game, Canton, Ohio. Not that it'll be very hot and humid there either. I'll get you that weather report, of course. But they'll wrap up the trade deadline. The big one is Eugenio Suarez is going from Arizona to Seattle. So the Mariners, pending him passing his physical. And I say that because he took the ball off the hand 3 days ago. And the Mariners want to make sure that he's going to be able to play because he is going to be a free agent after this year. So this is, I mean, make no mistake, this is a 2-month rental for the Mariners as they try to make a run here. And if he's not ready to go, or if he's going to be out for a month, they're probably going to avoid the trade. So I don't blame them for wanting to do this physical and making sure he's okay. Guardians. I said Guardians. The Blue Jays acquired Shane Bieber in a trade with the Guardians. That's a former Cy Young Award winner that's been hurt, that's trying to bounce back from injury rehab. The Blue Jays are in first place. They send a pitching prospect named Cal Steffen and who was a second-round pick from Mississippi State. So, I mean, a high draft pick. But this is a guy in Bieber who won the Cy Young in 2020 that was one of the best starting pitchers in the league before he had that season-ending elbow surgery, or the injury, and then the surgery after 2 starts in 2024. This could be good for Toronto, or it could just be something that they give up a prospect and they whiff on. Make no mistake, this is a high prospect, a second-round pick, but they're making a run. This is Toronto sitting in first place in the East and thinking that they can get a guy back into form. They remember what Shane Bieber looked like. They remember who he was, and they're taking a run here.
Always like adding arms at the deadline, guys that have high upside potential, whether it's a starter you can slide in there or back into the bullpen, and winning teams making winning moves. Blue Jays 4 games up on the Yankees right now, besting back into the starting pitching, and I like the moves we've seen so far in the last couple days.
Yeah, it's teams that think they've got a shot that are making runs and filling voids and or stacking arms. No, I'm fine stacking bats, stacking arms. I'm good with it, and you're seeing who thinks they, who's buying, who's selling. I've got a few hours. Dylan Cease is the name on the market, or at least allegedly on the market, that I'm really intrigued to see what happens in the next, 6 hours as we get closer to the deadline. The Padres pitcher the Padres are right there. I would be surprised, but I'm just surprised to see his name out there. Wouldn't you be surprised to see them move him? He's a valuable piece.
I would, but you mentioned it the other day, is a pending free agent. So are they looking at this as an opportunity to get some more in their system, which then they can use for another move down the line?
So we'll watch all the stuff as it goes. The Phillies got their closer and there's a lot of stuff that's still out there. I look at these lists, the 10 most likely players to be dealt. How would you like to wake up yesterday or this morning and you're like, your name's on that list? Like you had a situation the other day where you had a player that was traded in between games of a doubleheader to the team against whom they were playing. He switched locker rooms and played for one team in one game and one team in the other game. Switched uniforms. I mean, that's what we're dealing with.
Was on the bench with Baltimore.
Yeah. Game 1.
Went to the other locker room, had a jersey waiting for him, and then pitched for the Blue Jays in game 2.
Yeah. So, I mean, it'd be so weird that's the world, I guess. You know, when you become a professional athlete, you can get that call anytime and say, hey, pack up your stuff. You're leaving in an hour. Wait, what? Yeah, get all your crap, everything you got. You're moving across the country. You're moving from Baltimore to California. Or you're going to the White Sox. Wait. What? I got to go where? No, don't send me to the White Sox. Please don't send me to the White Sox. Don't send me. I was watching the Yankee game last night, and Ryan McMahon had the winning hit. The former Rocky, who was traded, I believe it was Friday, to the Yankees. And the Yankees beat Tampa Bay in 11 innings yesterday. Cody Bellinger had a triple in the 10th to tie it, got stranded, and then Ryan McMahon hit a game-winning. It would have been a sac fly if they cared, but it ended up being a base hit. And watching him go around, and the commentator on whatever, it was on the Major League Baseball Network, so I guess I pick up the Yes Network, whatever the Yankees broadcast was. He toiled in obscurity in games that don't count for Colorado all year, right? Toiled was the name, or the word that they use. He toiled playing for the Colorado Rockies. But now he's playing for the mighty Yankees and things matter. And look at him. It was
now he's live.
The way it was phrased was like, now we got him out of the mountains and we got him to something that really matters because all that matters is New York. And look, they're not wrong in regards to games that matter when you're playing for the Rockies this year as opposed to playing for the Yankees. Yeah, some games mean more than others. I got a team that's lost 80 games and is 34 and a half games out. And you get traded to a team that's in the middle of a pennant race and is going to the playoffs and is in great shape and is 59 and 49, 10 games above 500. But it was just listening, the disrespect, man. They toiled in obscurity in Colorado, playing in games that don't matter, and now playing in games that certainly matter. Look at Ryan McMahon, and I mean, it's a different world. But so there's the good and the bad of it, right?
Yes. When you get an opportunity to step into a team with playoff expectations and playing on a stage, that matters.
And contributing and coming through with your first walk-off hit with your new club. All right, when we come back, and we're going to go to NFL camp, they don't know how to swim. JJ, they don't know how to swim. So you know what they did? They called one of the best swimmers ever to teach them how to swim. Well, it's camp, right? It's summer. Isn't that what you do? You learn how to swim. That's what they're doing in NFL camp. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
This report.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing.
Association Award for Best Sports Show. Continuing the legacy of excellence you've come to expect from New Mexico's #1 sports station, 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal, and streaming at sportsanimalaBQ.com.
Brad Evans here to help you beat the books with the BetMGM Network. College football is just a few weeks away, and you know what that means. Brett Bielema has his team poised to make a run at the Big Ten this season, and a run
for making this broadcast possible.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walking to the cashier, order up a root beer and a #1. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Blue Bell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gala Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
File, they dove in side to side and collectively said 1 out of 3 Ravens does not know how to swim. Does that surprise you? It's the opening drive, by the way. Jeff Sabieta, JJ Buck. Does it surprise you that 1 of 3 players on a football team wouldn't know how to swim?
No.
Why do I take it for granted people just know how to swim in a pool? So, like, if they jumped into a deep end of a pool, they'd struggle? Okay. I mean, fair enough. So what do you do when you don't know how to swim? Michael Phelps is going to go teach them how to swim. Michael Phelps is a Baltimore native. He is a huge Ravens fan. He won 23 gold medals in swimming, and the Ravens reached out to Michael Phelps. This may be my favorite camp story so far of this year, and I wish Hard Knocks was there to watch this. This beats the hell out of anything Steven or Jerry Jones says or Micah Parsons talk or holdouts or hold-ins or I don't care stuff. Marlon Humphrey, the guy who posted it, put on the Instagram, we got a problem that only Michael Phelps can fix. He tagged Michael Phelps. He said it's from the Ravens aquatics team. Michael Phelps replies that I got y'all, let's do it. Michael Phelps is coming to Ravens camp to teach him how to swim. I think this is brilliant, man.
Great workout as well.
Hell yeah, and it's a great, like, it's not going to take away from anything they do. They're still going to go through their workouts, and John Harbaugh then gets to go, Mike, take over, and you got a great team building, team bonding session, and I get to bring in the greatest swimmer in the history of swimmers. And this is, I mean, it's a great photo op. It's a great team building. It's like, yes and yes and yes on every level. Oh, and by the way, Michael Phelps it's probably going to be great for him because he's a Baltimore guy and he's a fan of the team. Like, thank you for this instead of giving me Micah Parsons crap.
It's a great training camp story. You get the players into doing something else, get them excited.
It's yeah. Give me this. I want to see this. I want to see Sandhills. I want to see more of this instead of and yes. By the way, next week, I think it's Tuesday of next week, is your first Hard Knocks. Who did we decide was Hard Knocks?
The Buffalo?
Yeah, I think that's right. I guess that'll be good. I mean, what's the intrigue with Buffalo going in? Like, honestly, I mean, I'm into seeing some more Josh Allen. I think he'll get to show some personality. I think that'll be good. I'm not sure what we're going to get out of Sean McDermott. I'm not sure what I think the intrigue is there. Like them going into camp as well. Okay, it's time, right? It's time. What receiver's going to emerge, right?
Football's football.
Yeah. I thought it used to be that it was a team that wasn't in the playoffs. That hadn't. There was criteria. I mean, evidently, there's not.
Well, I think at some point everyone has to do it.
Okay.
And you can't just keep going back to the teams that missed the playoffs.
Because it's the same team. But in the NFL, it's not the same teams all the time.
Not the same teams all the time, but it's how long has Hard Knocks been going on for?
Years. I mean,
So you got to start
Yeah.
getting everyone on.
Yeah, fair enough. By the way, as far as camp stuff, did you see the video UNM put out, the championship behavior video that's on social media with Eck? You did see it. I really, really liked it, and I know people are going to say it's hyperbole and it's crap, and it's just hype, and it is hype, and it's 100% hype. Yes, yeah, and the answer is yes, it's 100%. I thought it was really well done. Did Chase do that? Is that I'm going to assume Chase put it together over there?
Coulter.
Okay. I thought it was really well done.
Stud.
Yeah.
By the way, video team over there.
If you haven't found it, it's around. I'm sure it's on the Instagram for Global Football, whatever it's UNM Football or Global, whatever the handle is. But it's Eck kind of talking a little bit about what he's calling. He says we call it championship behavior. It's about 2.5 minutes, 2:15, something along those lines. Watched it last night. I thought they did a really, really nice job with it. And look, it is what it is. It is a hype piece. It is a get pumped piece. It is a preseason piece. They have not lost a game. It's a new coach piece. He says Lobo up. All that stuff.
This is exactly what you should be putting out right
100%.
now.
Yeah.
And the creative team at UNM is fantastic. I think you're going to see a lot more of that this season. Had a chance to see some of the stuff they're working with now, and from football, basketball, across the board, there's going to be some great stuff for the fans to consume.
Yeah. All right. When we get back, a player telling other players in their league, you are dumb as bleep. You are literally dumb as bleep. And you know what? This player is absolutely correct by calling everybody else out. It's the opening drive. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. On 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of Celebrity Green synthetic putting greens and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
I don't know why I'm fascinated by this, but I am. I'm still fascinated by the way the WNBA, and I say that as a really vague term, whether it's the players, whether it's some players, whether it's just a few, treat and speak about Caitlin Clark. And I don't know why I'm fascinated about it. I think I'm fascinated because the longevity that this has had. I would have thought that by the middle of her second season, which we are currently in, and granted she's been hurt, but she would have either proven herself as being what she was said to be, which was a transformational athlete who is brought more attention to the game than anybody in the history of women's basketball. Or she would have been exposed as not being that good and just being, some sort of hyped sensation, but the league would have weeded her out and proven what it is. Once, daddy can get you into Harvard, but he can't keep you in Harvard, right? Can't make your grades. Like, she got into the WNBA. She was drafted because of what she did in college. And the players are going to show her, all right, this is the W, this is how tough it is. The former is true, right? She has proven herself to be transformational and worthy of being in that league. And whether you think she's the best player in that league or not, she is certainly one of the best women's basketball players in the world.
That is correct.
All right. Sophie Cunningham is on her team. Sophie Cunningham has become her friend, her bodyguard, her confidant, whatever she is. And Sophie Cunningham has had to come to her defense. So there was a podcast, and it's her podcast, her being Cunningham. And they talked about being the face of the league. And there's some things I always get, I just think are overblown. What does it mean? What are you, the face of the league? Are you the GOAT? Do we care who's ranked 1, 2 in your mind and in his mind and in her mind? Sometimes I guess we do. JJ, the face of the WNBA, A, do they have a face of the league? And B, who would you say it is? And they don't have to have one. I don't know that there's always one.
It's Caitlin Clark.
Period, right?
Yeah.
Period. Look, she's been hurt, and she'll be fine. Casey Cunningham on her new podcast, quote, "It literally pisses me off when people are like, she's not the face of the league." What? There's really good, well-known people in our league. I'm not discrediting them. We have a lot of badasses in our league. Hell yeah to that. I'm all for that. But when people try to argue that she's not the face of our league and our league would be where we're at without her, you are dumb as bleep. You're literally dumb as bleep, end quote. Thank you. I mean, I don't know that it can be said any better. And this will not ingratiate her with the dissenters and the people who don't like Caitlin Clark. And whatever the reason is, whether you think she's getting too much money, too much fame, whether it's racial, whatever the issues are. And I think all of those are issues. I love that someone, and granted her teammate, is willing just to say how it is. And I don't know that there's a better way to say it. If you don't think she's the face of your league, if you think the WNBA would be where it is now, and wherever it is elevated from where it was. Like, JJ, you are literally dumb as bleep. I don't know if there's a better way to say it. I love her for that.
Yeah, at some point, the players have to move on. If you're getting attention to the game, you're good, you're going to get noticed. And Caitlin Clark has come in and been able to transcend the sport and get people interested in it. It's a summer sport, and these are the stories that over the summer you should be talking about. Caitlin Clark, this or that. Now, Caitlin's been hurt and has been playing, but still her presence has brought attention to the league, and the jealousy and the, hey, we were here, whatever, that stuff needs to stop, because it's about what happens moving forward, not what people were not watching how many years ago, but what they're watching right now.
You know, when Tiger Woods came on the scene and raised the purses in golf because he was transformational, because he was different, she's different. Because he was better, she's better. Because he did things that we had never seen before, she's doing that too. While people might not have loved him, they respected what he was doing. Because it was undeniable. And so is it with her. Now, she hasn't won a championship yet, but it is. When Tiger left, golf was fine. Golf was in a way different spot than when he got there. I don't know what the WNBA is going to be with Caitlin Clark. The numbers without her, the television numbers, the viewership numbers decline. They just do. Cunningham continued on her podcast defending her teammate, talking about Clark. Quote, "You've seen players in our league try to toughen up Caitlin. Even when I wasn't on her team, I know the talks in Phoenix in the locker room, like, we're going to show her what the W really is. I got it to a certain extent. Every rookie coming into the league, that's how you're going to treat them. But there's just more for her. It's her second year, now being on her team and seeing it. I'm like, what are people doing? It's just too much. I'm over it." End quote. Sophie Cunningham's been taking it a lot, hasn't she? From other people for defending Clark. And
she shouldn't have, like, it's a teammate. It makes sense. Now, here's what, like, the other players, like, Caitlin Clark is not the best player in the WNBA.
Okay.
But she's the most exciting player in the WNBA.
She is one of the best.
And that's what you have to realize.
Is she one of the best players?
Yeah, she's
top 5, top 7?
Yeah.
Yes.
But that's what these other players need to realize is she is magnifying their platform. This is about moving forward. Not about who you've been, what you've done. It's about who you are now and moving forward. Now, I get it from a player standpoint because Caitlin Clark acts like LeBron James on the floor. So miss me with all this.
With the flopping and the complaining. Yeah, I got it.
So I think that's also an element of anytime you're on the court with someone like that, you're going to get into it with them, whether it's Caitlin Clark or Kelsey Plummer, Asia Wilson, someone like that.
The difference is she's not the physical specimen that LeBron James is, so you can get into her face.
So there's, at some point in time, you just got to let the basketball be the basketball, but the other stuff, yeah, she's going to get attention. She's what matters about the league. Embrace it and stop complaining about it.
I don't know how to agree with you more. And the jealousy, and I know Sophie Cunningham is getting called out. It's another white girl defending another white girl in a league that is dominated by African-American women, and there's the racial tension to that as well. And I understand, I see it. But the bottom line is what you just said. The bottom line is what you just said. Your game is elevated. Like, if you don't think she has taken this to another level, if you think that you would be where you are without her, as Sophie Cunningham said, you are dumb as bleep. And I know that's not going to resonate well in locker rooms and the places, and I know the line is drawn. I know Angel Reese has been very vocal, and you got your villain, and you got your rivalry, and you got whatever it is you think you need. But here's the reality. That league now, the NFL started. The NFL starts tonight. Right? It's a nice distraction in the summer, and if you're in one
nice
of those,
to know you.
Seriously. And maybe if you're in a market where you've got a W team, maybe if you're in Connecticut or if you're in, the Golden State Falcons have got good attendance. Maybe Indiana doesn't have pro baseball or Major League Baseball. So, but other than that, on the national scene, like, I don't know, maybe you do. I had a choice last night, and you know how I feel about soccer. I watched United or WNBA. I watched United in the background as I was doing stuff. And I just think that's where everybody is, and especially without Caitlin Clark. Especially without Caitlin Clark. It's insane. All right, 5052. But thank you to Sophie Cunningham for calling out your league as being dumb as bleep. If you don't get it, you are dumb as, there it is. All right, coming up next, he was a star in the NBA. He is now arrested. A gambling ring out of his home? This dude? It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
You're listening.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
The Yeller Sub, located on 7200 Montgomery Boulevard, serves breakfast all day long along with classic hot and cold subs. Don't forget about our shakes, malts and floats made with your favorite Bluebell ice cream. 45 years and still going strong. Come on down to the Yeller Sub, official sandwich of ProView Networks.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Dumb as bleep. That's how it was put by her teammate. Edward, good morning. You're on the Sports Channel. Hi, Edward.
Although I don't agree with the texter or the emailer, that was a great pull, Mary Decker. Remember she fell during the Olympics?
Yeah. It was Zola Budd, right? Wasn't that the one who ran by her?
Zola Budd, Jeff. The fact that you have that committed to memory
bothers you,
makes you even more impressive. You're even more impressive to me at this point. But the good pull by the emailer, Mary Decker, that's awesome. Wailing in agony at the Olympics. Hey, today's a day of celebration and jubilation. I'll put my Halloween decorations up on August 1st. because I get my Christmas decorations up on October 1st, so I have to kind of matriculate that a few months early.
Yeah, work on that.
That's right. You got a plan. Why is it a great day? There's something that's brewing, percolating, coagulating. They may be reinvigorated this year, and I'm referring to the 5-Star Phoenix. We may reinvigorate them this year, guys, but more importantly, 25 years ago to this day, the greatest player in the history of the NFL and probably one of the greatest players in the history of team sport took his first snap, Thomas Edward Brady. I took my son and my friends are on a text thread, and I said, well, my son, you were 4 years old. The other guys weren't even born, and I told them I was dating 28-year-olds, kind of like what I'm doing today.
Look at you.
So some things change, some things stay the same. This whole WNBA, it should be studied by psychologists, because even the great Jim Rome, for several years, would say, hey, WNBA, kind of do your thing, but stop trying to convince us that you're relevant, and that it's a good product. I remember distinctly he would say that repeatedly on his show, and they kind of did their own thing, and they were funded by the NBA, and they were completely innocuous. It was irrelevant, right? Most people weren't even paying attention.
It was background noise.
It was background noise. It was background noise, yeah. It was just static noise, right?
Yes.
But they kind of had their own niche, and they did their thing, and that's fine. Awesome. Let's celebrate who they are.
Yep.
And then someone comes along and elevates the entire sport, and they're doubling down, because then you realize that you're not important, but they can't accept it. The cognitive dissonance that they're exhibiting is staggering. Even great people like Gino Arioma, with all his national championships, stated she can't make it in the league, and she's not quick enough, and she doesn't have the skill set. And she kind of mic dropped the whole country, and they can't accept it, because not only were they irrelevant, then they thought they were irrelevant, and now they're finding out that they're not relevant, and it's like double jeopardy for them, and they just can't navigate their way through it. So it's a very interesting study.
I don't know. I think there's a piece that if you're in the bubble, JJ, maybe you got a different perspective on this. If you're in the bubble, you think you're pretty relevant. And in their world, like their television contract, I believe they think makes them relevant. In their bubble, the people who are around them, I don't know that they've realized that, what you're saying. And I don't even know if it's true. I mean, they're relevant to some place. And I think now, today, the NFL starts and then the switch flips. But JJ, do you think in their bubble they think they're irrelevant in the sports landscape of America with all the coverage they get?
Do they think they're irrelevant?
Yeah. Yeah. Like he's saying they've realized they don't matter. And I don't know that I think that's right. I think the rest of the world has realized that.
Jeff and JJ, and I don't want to interrupt JJ because I honor what his thought process is. What they're getting is confirmation bias from their own people.
100%.
Jeff, if you were running your bowl game and the consumers were saying, or the television or the ratings were saying, hey, we don't like your product, then you have to be dynamic enough and humble enough to say, okay, well, let me do some things differently.
That's what I'm saying.
But
in
they're
their
doubling
bubble,
down.
Yeah, no, but their confirmation bias, their network, their support system is giving them that confirmation bias. I agree with that.
Absolutely. Yeah. Anyway, interesting, fascinating study. Thank you for letting me share a few thoughts, and hopefully we all learn some together. Have a great day.
See you. Wonder why he, and I know his name's Edward. Tom Brady's full name is Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, Jr. He's got two middle names. Why does he always leave the Patrick out? I mean, if you're going to go full name, isn't it Thomas Edward Patrick Brady, Jr.? Just ask. JJ, I don't know what they think internally. I think, with the WNBA, they should realize you got a golden goose, and it's going to get everybody else paid. I mean, it just gets everybody paid. I want to hit this. Gilbert Arenas was a 3-time All-Star in the NBA. Hadn't played in the NBA since 2012, but Agent Zero, he was a good player with the Wizards and the Grizzlies and the Warriors and the Magic, and he played 11 seasons in the NBA. Remember he had the gun incident? Remember when they brought guns into the locker room when they had the card game?
So I will say,
yeah,
not surprised that he's a figure in this story whatsoever.
100%. I think zero people are surprised in this. So Gilbert's living in the San Fernando Valley now in Encino, the town next to Tarzana where I grew up. Familiar with the hood. He was charged and arrested yesterday. It's a federal indictment alleging that he hosted illegal high-stakes poker games at his mansion in Encino. U.S. Attorney's Office released this. He's charged with 1 count of conspiracy to operate an illegal gambling business, 1 count of operating an illegal gambling business, and a count of making false statement to the feds. He was released on $50,000 bond. He faces up to 5 years in prison. This is crazy when you start getting into it. There's this guy who's a high-level member of some Israeli organized crime group, 4 other associates. Here's what they allegedly did, okay? And you're kind of going, whatever, man. I go to poker games all the time. But listen to what they're saying. The indictment says that he rented out his home, and one of his associates staged the mansion for poker games. They recruited conspirators to host and collected the rent. They ran illegal pot limit Omaha poker games. They collected a cut from each pot. They hired chefs and valets and armed security guards. Like, this was a production, man. They hired young women to serve drinks, provide massages, and offer companionship to the poker players in exchange for tips. And these guys took a cut of their tips as well. So not only are they getting a piece of each pot, but the young ladies, whatever tips, what you get, and I get whatever percent. It's not, there's no names on who the players were. I'm going to promise, I don't want to promise, I'm going to bet that there's some names on the list of players who went and played poker. Want to bet?
Probably.
People you recognize. Maximum sentence of 5 years on each count. This is a wild story, man. I mean, look, on the surface, you're like, whatever, man. I've played poker games. Like, what's the issue? I go over to my buddy Stevie's house and we play poker and on Sunday nights or on Thursday nights or whatever it is. But this sounds like it obviously way crossed the line and was way too organized. And I don't know. Does this one bother you? The guns and the armed people and the young ladies and everything that goes with it.
Yes.
It's a weird one though, right?
Not the world I operate in, so
No.
I'm not.
A high stakes poker game with the young ladies to give you massages and companionship.
Yeah.
It's not odd, by the way. If you've been to Vegas, you can go around the table. There's you can play blackjack or play cards and get a massage. There's young ladies in the casinos who go around and you pay them for a 15-minute massage or whatever while you're playing. I'm not sure that that's exactly what this is. I'm just saying.
Sounds a little different than a casino in Vegas.
Feels a little bit. Yeah, feels a little. Weird stories, man. Just weird stories. All right, another trade. The Padres got in on a trade with the Athletics. The trade deadline is getting closer and closer. Update you on the latest of what's going on in the trade deadline in Major League Baseball. When we return, you can get in at 505-246-0610. You're welcome to get in on the Caitlin Clark conversation as well. Summer, hot, storms, road trips. Your vehicle is a mess. Life happens, and I get it. And that's why I tell you about on-the-spot automotive detailing to take care of your vehicle. It is one of your biggest investments. It is a place where you spend a lot of time. Enjoy your time in your vehicle. Protect your vehicle. Call on-the-spot automotive detailing. They come to you and they detail your vehicle at your convenience, where and when it works. You don't take your vehicle anywhere. You don't drop it off. You don't need a ride back. You don't sit in their waiting room for 2 hours. You don't have to, none of that. They know you're busy, so they bring their mobile unit to you. And when they're done, your car looks and feels and smells like the day you took it off the lot. That brand new car feel without that brand new car price, you love being in your car. Talk to them about protecting the exterior as well. They have ceramic coating, paint protection film. Your car will look flawless year round. Guard against rock chips and bugs and UV damage. It's that showroom shine. Talk to them about window tinting as well. They are experts in this to make your drive a cooler, more comfortable drive. They've been voted best in the city because they are best in the city at what they do. Call them or just look online. Everything is right there online. You can book and buy there. I love what On the Spot Automotive Detailing does. I know you will as well. It's at otsdetailing.com. That is otsdetailing.com.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Roswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are One Eastern.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684.
They made a splash today. Trade deadline is coming up in about 6.5 hours. 4 o'clock Mountain Time. Major League Baseball's trade deadline. Padres are pushing the Dodgers in the National League West. Padres are in a wild card spot right now, and they believe it's time. They're just 3 games back of Los Angeles in the National League West. They're holding on to the final wild card spot, 3 games clear of Cincinnati. Today, they traded one of the top prospects in baseball, a guy that was ranked number 3 prospect in all baseball by CBS Sports last month, a shortstop named Leo DeVries. And in return, they got a closer and a starter, JJ. Padres got Mason Miller, the left-handed starter. The closer, and the left-handed starter in J.P. Sears from the Athletics. Wow. That's a huge move for San Diego.
Yeah, Miller is
a stud closer.
Redonkulous. And that makes sense with the trying to do that. Their current closer, they were in talks maybe moving him. Then, of course, the Dylan Cease that we've discussed, pending free agent. And you're like, well, why would you do that? Well, if you can line a move like this, what would you trade Cease for? Or prospects to add your organization to then continue to make moves like this in the future?
They give up a switch-hitting shortstop who, according to CBS, has the kind of speed that ought to result in more in-game power. For now, you have to be willing to speculate about that component of his game because there hasn't been much actualization, although they call him one of the best prospects in all of minor league baseball. He's playing high A ball in Fort Wayne. Feels like to get those 2 guys, to give up one prospect, I feel like San Diego did really, really well.
It does.
The Athletics maybe get somebody for the future. And they're not going anywhere. San Diego just got better, man. They just got two. First and foremost, they got a stud closer in Mason Miller to shut down the back end of the bullpen. First and foremost. Last year, 2.49 with 28 saves. This season, he's got a 3.76 ERA. He's converted 20 of his 23 save chances. 59 strikeouts in just 38 and a third innings. That's the big fish here. I think that's the second biggest move I've heard so far at the trade deadline. Philly's got a closer too. They got the Twins closer, Duran. I think the biggest move is Suarez going to Seattle. You think I'm wrong? And then this is a big trade for San Diego.
As Suarez, biggest offensive move so far. I think when we get back together tomorrow, probably end up being one of the arms. We cipher through it all, but
yeah, you think there's another arm that's gonna move? Yeah, it's probably right. But as we sit here now, Suarez to me is assuming that his hand is fine. He goes up to Seattle, and I think their offensive. I think Seattle's legit, man. I think when you look at the American League, let's see how the Tigers right the ship. Toronto's really good. The Yankees are good. Houston continues to be good. Carlos Correa wants to go back to Houston. That may happen, by the way, which is nuts. But I don't know that I would totally count Seattle out of this thing. I just love the way they put that together. All right, so that's there for you, and we'll watch the trade deadline as things happen. 505-246-0610. Day 2 of Lobo Camp will open today. JJ was out yesterday watching camp. It's open for you. You got to go in through. You going through the east parking lot? You make sure you go over there with all the students.
Easiest way to get in.
Look, you'll watch this thing, and it's going to evolve. Camp's going to happen. I think we'd be shocked. What other positional battles are we watching? Are we watching the top of the depth chart at running back? Or are we convinced Scott Trey Humphrey is going to be the number one back, but everybody else is going to get some carries, right? My issue is the offensive and defensive line. I want to see what we got there.
Running back to me is pretty simple. Dudes are going to get their touches, but Humphrey seems to be the lead back at this moment in time. Wide receiver too. Like, is there anyone in the passing game that's going to emerge? What does that unit mean to this team this year when you've talked just so much about that running back room? And yeah, they want to control the football, but you got to make plays downfield. And then the defense from top to bottom, it's opportunities for players to emerge. I think that you look at the linebacker position with the return of Demetri Johnson, Jackson Eck coming down. Like, you have some quality players there, but cornerback, defensive line, safety position, playmakers needed.
So I think the number 2 receiver emerges organically. I think who forms some sort of a bond with Jack Lane? Who does he trust? Quarterbacks tend to find guys that they just there's something there, right? Whether it's a tight end or that probably not in this case. That's how it's going to be. But I just think there's going to be somebody that emerges. I'm not necessarily saying that he's got a prior relationship with. It's going to be somebody with whom I feel just things happen over the next 3 weeks in camp. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you got to make plays and show that you can be consistent with your routes and your responsibilities.
Yeah, I just think that's how that plays out. After that, I want to see what happens on the defensive line. The other thing that concerns me a little bit is the secondary. I need to know that there's dudes there that can cover, that because you're going to hit spots. The UCLA game, certainly. You're going to get in Isaac Amalivania. What's his name? Amalivania.
I'm going to leave you behind.
He's going to throw the ball. I got to believe Michigan's going to try to throw, whether it's Mikey Keene or whether it's Bryce Underwood. They're going to throw the ball. You're going to get into play. Boise State's going to throw it on you. I promise you San Jose State's going to throw it on you. I just, I'm not only worried about getting pressure on it, and I say that maybe because it was such an issue last year. and I understand it's completely different, right? I understand that. But I want to see the secondary, how that emerges and who starts rising to the top there. When that plays out, I'm not certain, right? But that'll be over time. All right, but you got a month, and we'll start getting some dudes on. I don't know what you're gonna have next week, but certainly, when I get back the week after, I want to start talking to players. And we had Jack Lane on the other day, and really,
it's all about the practice schedule.
Well,
practice,
and soon school will come into that as well. But yeah, I'm looking forward to watching all that play out. All right, 505-246-0610. Are you fascinated at all by the Travis Hunter story and the stories that are coming out? The number one pick, seeing reps on both sides of the ball. He's been working with the defensive coaches. He's been working special teams. He's been working offense. Travis Hunter said, if I didn't think I could play them all, I wouldn't be trying to do this. I think Travis Hunter is going to play as much as he can until he gets hurt. There's going to be an injury somewhere. Why do I say that? Because he plays in the NFL. And because every player who's played in the NFL has gotten hurt, right? I mean, it's just part of playing the game. And then I think they start to pull back the reps a little bit. I think they love the novelty of this toy, and they're realizing, holy bleep, he is really that good. He really is that amazing of an athlete. Like, he is a really good receiver. He is a really good cover corner. I don't know that they need to put him on returning kicks, to be honest with you. I think that might be a little bit too much just to protect my asset. But I think they're going to play him as much as they can while trying to be safe, understanding that a guy can go in and play one play and get hurt.
Absolutely. This is a player that was a no-brainer to make the move to get him, because you're looking at someone that, whether or not he's able to play both ways for 5, 6, 7 years, I think at some point he'll settle in on just one side of the football. But right now, maximize the value that you have in a player that gives you two chances at being a starter in the NFL.
Yeah, both sides of the football. And not just being a starter, but being really good. And I think everything I've heard about him is you don't understand how good of an athlete he is until you actually see him in person. Like when you see what he can do. We watched Saturdays at Colorado. We watched him, like the catch, there's a couple of highlight catches. You just go, holy smokes, that guy's just different. You watched him play defense and lock dudes down and change the game as a cornerback. And that's kind of the same comments that are coming out of Jacksonville, where it's just a different athlete. And so I think, everybody says we're going to try to be cautious. Like, you could put your quarterback on a pitch count. It just takes one hit, one pop, one bad throw, one whatever. Guys get hurt all the time. And I always, the more he plays, is there more of a chance for injury? Yeah, I guess that's right. But if I got this asset and the dude wants to play and he's that much of a freak, I'm going to let him go and try to be cautious, understanding as soon as he gets hurt, everybody's coming back to me saying, well, if you didn't play him on both sides, would he have gotten hurt? You know what I mean? Especially if it's a soft tissue, non-contact injury.
Yes. But you traded up. You believed in the athlete. Let him try it.
Yes.
It's definitely going to look different at times against other NFL players. But this is the moment to get the best out of both sides of the football and then to see what happens.
I think that's right. All right, when we come back, a few more notes out of camps. Bijan Robinson wants more. Everybody wants more. Are they going to feed you more? And are you buying into the Broncos playoff hype? And everything you got to know as you go through your Thursday. It's the opening drive right here on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. Fantasy football season's here. Twin Peaks is your place to draft like a pro. Now through September 4th, go ahead and book your fantasy football draft party at Twin Peaks, and you'll score big. They're offering you a full draft kit, $50 kickback card for the commissioner, $5 kickback card for every league guest. Plus, you can sip on specials, local specials. You can enter to win $1,000 in cash thanks to Molson Coors. And don't miss tonight, the Hall of Fame game. It's July 31st. Lions take on the Chargers. Football is back. Twin Peaks is your front row seat. And remember everything they got going on, all month long, because, well, tomorrow is August, and August is a great week there. The NFL preseason's there. August 23rd, Twin Peaks has every snap, every drive, every late-round sleeper. You're scouting them all. It's preseason, but it's football. And then week 0 kicks off August 23rd. Throw on your game day jersey, grab a 29-degree draft, raise a glass. Saturdays matter again. Twin Peaks will be your home for wall-to-wall football action all season long. We'll see you at Twin Peaks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS Network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mirror here. And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay. We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field. 505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space. And you can be part of it.
You make my heart better. Shorty, she better than all my intentions. Locked in, shorty, you got my attention. CEO, baby, I get you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready.
My coach, my teacher, my older sisters, my grandma, my brother, my tutor, my dad, and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Thursday. Football tonight. Thursday Night Football, the Hall of Fame game. That's right. The National Football League tonight. You get the Chargers. You get the Lions. 6 o'clock. It's on NBC. By the way, if you're betting this, God bless you. What do you think the line is? What do you think the line is on the Hall of Fame game tonight, JJ? Who's favored?
Lions.
Yep. By?
-3.
1.5. I don't have a total on it, though. I can't find that. 1.5. Lions are favored. Total's 32.5. They don't expect a lot of points tonight. It's going to be like 15-12. Something like that. They're expecting. The trade deadline, Major League Baseball, is hours away, 4 o'clock today. Padres acquired Mason Miller, the closer from the Athletics, along with one of their starters, J.P. Sears. They gave up one of their top prospects, one of the top prospects in baseball, in DeVries, the shortstop. Goes over to the Athletics. That's the big one today. And then Eugenio Suarez is going from Arizona to Seattle. We'll watch it, and there'll be a bunch more. I would assume there'll be a flurry as we head down the stretch here in the final hours before we hit the trade deadline. All right, a couple other camp things. You got a stud, use him. We're just talking about Travis Hunter, right? Falcons have Bijan Robinson. He finished last season with the second most touches in the league, 365 times. They fed the ball to Bijan Robinson. The only guy who had more was Saquon Barkley. He had 13 more. They got a new quarterback, Michael Penix Jr. I say new. They got a new starter this year who wasn't their starter last year. Second-year guy. Quote, Penix, quarterback. I've said it before. However we can, we got to get him the ball. He's going to be a big factor in the pass game, run game, obviously, but he's got to be a huge factor. He can do great things with the ball in his hand. And we just got to make sure we put it in his hands, so we'll be doing a lot of that, end quote. Again, I got that dude. I'm feeding him as much as I can. I want to be careful. He gets hurt. I got to be ready to stand there and say, it's football and
it's NFL football.
Right?
Dudes are going to get hurt, man. You have these backs. You have to use them. Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry. You run it down. Yeah, RB1. Beat them. Stuff happens.
Look, when the 49ers were having their success, what did they do? They fed McCaffrey as much as they could. They got him the ball however they could. They got him in the passing game, short passes, swing passes, screen passes. They fed him the football. That's how Bijan's going to get better. What was the difference last year? And this is such an easy one. Between the Philadelphia Eagles winning the Super Bowl and where they finished the year prior. What was the one big change they made? I understand they made a few other changes, but the big difference was what? It was Saquon Barkley, right? And they got Saquon Barkley, they paid him, and then they fed him. I'm paying you to play football. It's really that simple. And guys, first of all, running backs want the ball. They all want the ball. When was the last time you heard a running back say, yeah, I'm getting the ball too much?
Need a little break.
It's kind of like a shooter saying, yeah, I took too many shots. Right? You ever hear Kobe Bryant say, yeah, I took too many shots tonight? Steph Curry, LeBron James never said, yeah, my elbow hurts. My wrist is sore. I took too many shots. You got a playmaker, you feed him the damn ball. Then the difference between the Philadelphia Eagles 2 seasons ago as opposed to last year when they won the Super Bowl was, yeah, their quarterback got a little bit better, but they had Saquon Barkley. They had the best running back in the game. He is the best. Bijan Robinson's probably, I don't want to say probably, he's one of the top 5 running backs of the game, and he might be number 2 or 3. However you determine. I mean, top running backs of the game right now. Saquon's 1. I got to see Christian McCaffrey get healthy again. I don't know if he's ever going to come back to that form. But, I mean, I know people love Jahmyr Gibbs, and he might be too. I think Bijan Robinson's better than Jahmyr Gibbs. But if you want to tell me Jahmyr Gibbs, all right, I'm listening. And I'm not talking fantasy football. I'm talking about who are the best running backs. I'd love to see what Ashton Genty does. I can't put him there yet because he hasn't taken a snap. If you think Saquon's 1, who's the second best running back in the league?
Everyone that you listed is in that conversation.
Derrick Henry in the conversation still at 30-plus years old?
Absolutely.
I think so, too.
just what he's able to do. 1,900 yards, 16 touchdowns. It just still rolling. To me, that best running back, that elite group, it's Barkley, Henry, Robinson,
Gibbs,
and McCaffrey.
Yeah. And McCaffrey's got the asterisk because I don't know what he's going to be. Do you think he comes all the way back? Is he the same dude? 29 years old. Basically, I mean, his body's relatively fresh because he didn't play a full season, so he didn't get hit all year. But I got tendonitis in both Achilles is what kept him out last year. And that kind of came out of nowhere, dude. You all drafted him except for JJ. JJ's the only guy I know that had number 1 pick that didn't take McCaffrey last year. But you all drafted him first and you lost your league. That came out of nowhere. How does a guy come back from that? And again, I don't know enough about the medicine and the rehabilitation of tendonitis in both of my Achilles. I don't know enough to tell you how you come back from that. But I'm not sold. This is another one. You put this on the list the last couple of days, and I've been meaning to hit this. Is John Gruden going to be a head coach again in the National Football League?
I think John Gruden coaches again. Don't think it's the NFL.
You think it's like UFL or something? Or you think he goes to college or what?
Yes. Do it exactly which one? Not sure. But
So-
he's been able to rehabilitate his image on social media and with Barstool in a huge way.
So here's my deal. He was canceled when, 15, 20-year-old audio surfaced of him being racially insensitive, right? It was
No. Well, he said things in emails about.
Oh, it was the
people in
emails. It was the
NFL
emails.
that-
It was the emails.
Yeah, you said it. You got to own it.
Yeah. Here's my deal. If the locker room would accept him back, then I think he comes back. Now, I don't know if the locker room would accept him back, right? Guys have got canceled. Guys have gotten whatever and made comebacks. Guys who come back from whatever. Racial stuff is always tough to come back from in the professional sports league. He said, quote, "Hopefully I'm not done. I'm about to make a comeback. I'm working hard, maybe get one more shot, but hopefully some of these guys that fell off my branch, if you say it that way, maybe they can hire me because I'm looking for a job. I don't care if I coach junior high. I'm still coaching. I want to coach again." Didn't mean to bring that up right at the very end. We'll get more into that tomorrow. The Herd with Colin Cowherd is next. Jim Rome shows after that. 2 Men On steps in at 4. Then you get the Isotopes of Sacramento. We're back tomorrow morning. Award-winning radio starting at 7 a.m. Adrian, great work. Appreciate you. I know ProView's, you guys have been busy as hell. Tomorrow, might have AJ Ellis on tomorrow. I tell you that? I think that's at 9 o'clock, and of course, Nick Nee at 8:30. He's JJ Buck. I'm Jeff Symbieta. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
If you have unfiled taxes or...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Eagle Greens and Turf are a family-owned and operated business with over 25 years of experience in the home improvement industry. They are your exclusive dealer of celebrity green, synthetic putting greens, and artificial turf. They also have artificial turf that is specifically designed for your pets. Eagle Greens and Turf are proud sponsors of ProView Networks and can make your lawn green all year long at 505-273-2744.
Across the state of New Mexico, different journeys will begin. And when their journeys unite, together will become one experience. Our campuses across New Mexico in Portales, Boswell, and Ruidoso come together to provide you the support as one family. We are one family that share one goal, one opportunity at a time. We are one Eastern.
We've been trained, conditioned, and rewarded for doing more. But people weren't designed for all that doing. Our bodies need to settle into nothing from time to time. Into nothing at all. In a world obsessed with doing more, we invite you to undo.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new Kias arriving daily, you'll love our selection and the peace of mind you'll get driving a Kia from Fiesta. So stop by and see us today at Fiesta Kia on Lomas, or just start driving now at fiestakia.com.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.